In the shattered remnants of what was once a thriving metropolis, the air hung heavy with the stench of decay and the echoes of chaos. The city, now a dystopian sprawl of crumbling skyscrapers and overturned vehicles, had become a battleground for an unholy war. On one side were the zombie monkeys, nimble, ferocious creatures with matted fur and glowing, vacant eyes. On the other were the zombie humans, lumbering, groaning husks of what once were people, their flesh rotting and their hunger insatiable. This was no longer a world of the living. It was a realm where the undead clashed in a grotesque struggle for dominance. The outbreak had begun years ago, a failed experiment in a hidden lab beneath the city. Scientists at XAI, a company once heralded for its advancements, had been working on a neural enhancement serum, testing it on both primates and human volunteers. The goal was to unlock the full potential of the mind, but something went horribly wrong. The serum didn't enhance, it corrupted. Within days, the test subjects turned, their bodies decaying while their primal instincts sharpened. The monkeys escaped first, scaling the lab's ventilation shafts and spilling into the streets. The humans followed, breaking through security in a mindless stampede. The infection spread like wildfire, and soon the city was lost. Now, in the shadow of a toppled statue that once depicted a proud mayor, the two factions met. The zombie monkeys perched atop rusted cars and swung from broken streetlights, their shrieks piercing the stillness. Their leader, a hulking silverback with half its face torn away, bared its jagged teeth in a guttural roar. Across the debris-strewn boulevard, the zombie humans shuffled forward, a mass of tattered clothing and oozing wounds. At their forefront staggered a figure in a shredded lab coat, its name tag reading Dr. Ellis, a remnant of the scientist who had unwittingly unleashed this nightmare. The battle erupted with a ferocity that shook the ruins. A pack of zombie monkeys leapt from a shattered storefront, their claws raking at the human's decaying flesh. One latched onto a human's shoulder, tearing into its neck with rabid fervor. The human groaned, swinging a clumsy arm that sent the monkey crashing into a pile of rubble. Another monkey, its tail missing and its ribs exposed, vaulted onto a human's back, sinking its teeth into the base of its skull. The human flailed, collapsing under the weight as black blood oozed from the wound. The humans fought back with brute force, a towering figure, once a construction worker, judging by its faded orange vest, seized a monkey mid-leap and slammed it into the pavement. The monkey's brittle bones cracked, but it writhed and snapped its jaws, refusing to die a second time. Nearby, a human with a missing arm swung a rusted pipe, smashing a monkey's head into a pulp of fur and gore. The humans lacked the agility of their simian foes, but their sheer numbers and relentless drive kept them in the fight. The silverback leader charged into the fray, its massive fists pounding the ground as it barreled toward Dr. Ellis. The zombie scientist turned, its milky eyes locking onto the beast. With a guttural moan, it raised a trembling hand, as if remembering some fragment of its past life. The silverback didn't hesitate. It leapt, tackling Dr. Ellis and sending them both crashing through the remains of a bus stop. Glass shattered, and the two rolled in a tangle of limbs and snarls. The monkey's claws tore into the human's chest, ripping through the lab coat, while Dr. Ellis's bony fingers gouged at the silverback's rotting face. Around them, the battle raged on. A group of monkeys scaled a leaning telephone pole, using it as a vantage point to rain down on the humans below. One leapt onto a human's shoulders, wrapping its legs around its neck and twisting until the spine snapped. Another human, its lower jaw hanging by a thread, grabbed a monkey by the tail and hurled it into a brick wall, where it splattered in a mess of fur and ichor. The air was thick with the sounds of ripping flesh, snapping bones, and the unearthly cries of the undead. The city itself seemed to join the chaos. A gas main, ruptured long ago, ignited in a sudden explosion, engulfing a cluster of fighters in flames. Monkeys screeched as their fur burned, leaping wildly through the blaze, while humans stumbled forward, their clothes smouldering but their advance unbroken. A collapsing building sent a cascade of concrete and steel onto the battlefield, crushing a dozen combatants in an instant. Yet the survivors fought on, driven by a hunger that transcended pain or reason. In the heart of the melee, the silverback and Dr. Ellis remained locked in their duel. The monkey's strength was waning, its left arm hung uselessly, shredded by the scientist's relentless clawing. Dr. Ellis, though battered, pressed its attack, slamming the silverback's head against a jagged slab of asphalt. The monkey roared, its remaining eye flaring with feral rage, and with a final surge of power, it drove its claws deep into Dr. Ellis's chest. The scientist let out a rattling gasp, its body going limp as the silverback tore free a chunk of decayed flesh. For a moment, the battlefield stilled. The monkeys chattered triumphantly as their leader rose, holding Dr. Ellis's remains aloft. The humans, leaderless, faltered, their groans growing disjointed. But the victory was fleeting. A horde of human reinforcements shambled from a side street, drawn by the noise. Freshly turned, their bodies less decayed, they moved with a terrifying purpose. The monkeys screeched, rallying around the silverback as the new wave crashed into them. Hours bled into days, and the war showed no sign of ending. The city became a graveyard of shattered bones and scattered limbs, a testament to the unrelenting fury of its undead inhabitants. The zombie monkeys, with their speed and cunning, claimed the high ground, turning rooftops into fortresses of fur and fang. The zombie humans dominated the streets, their numbers swelling with each fallen monkey they consumed and turned. Neither side could truly win, for death had already claimed them all. In the distance, a faint hum broke the cacophony, a helicopter, its blades slicing through the haze. Survivors, perhaps, or scavengers drawn to the ruins. They would find no refuge here, only a city consumed by its own monstrous creations. The zombie monkeys and humans paid no heed, locked in their eternal struggle, oblivious to the world beyond their decayed domain. The dystopia endured, a twisted symphony of snarls and moans, where the line between beast and man had long since dissolved into the rot.